Subdivision number 4 of women's qualification. It also doubles as the first medal event for women, the team final at these World University Games. We've had already 2 subdivisions of women's team action, 3 subdivisions of qualifying in total. The first was just for individuals. So now it is time to settle things. Currently leading the way, France. And this is who is going to be trying to challenge them. Bronze medalist from last time, Spain. Silver medalist from last time, Japan. And the favourites in the minds of many, the Republic of Korea. They came so close to a medal in the men's competition in last night's final. Chinese at Taipei, a strong and experienced squad. The Finns. We have the host nation, Germany. Huge opportunity for them in front of a great crowd, an enthusiastic crowd. We'll have Austria. And we also will have Switzerland, who were the bronze medalists in the men's competition. 8 teams of varying compositions. The principle here is 5-4-3. A maximum of 5 gymnasts in your team, but you can have only 3. 4 routines maximum per apparatus. 3 scores will count. So 5 maximum in the team, 4 maximum routines per apparatus, 3 scores will count. It is France leading, as I mentioned earlier, with 150.65. And what that means in more comprehensible terms is 12.55 average per routine. That's the leading score. If you can get beyond that, you will take the gold medal. Austria will be starting on floor. The way the final works is that we have the nations paired, so 8 nations, but they're working in 4 groups. Austria and Switzerland will start on floor. We'll see all the Austrians, and then we'll see all of the Swiss. Finland will start on the balance beam. We'll see all of them. Then we'll see all of the Germans on beam. The Republic of Korea will start on the uneven bars. Once they have finished, all of the gymnasts from Chinese Taipei will perform. Spain will start on vault. And once they have concluded, all of the gymnasts from Japan will perform. So although we have 4 rotations, in a sense, it's more accurate to think about 8 half rotations to come. Spain are in a good mood and optimistic. There was Maya Yaser, who won a bronze medal with the team in Chengdu. They've got a strong squad. Two of the Spanish team were in the team that finished 3rd in China. Lorena Medina, the other. Republic of Korea. Some impressive gymnasts in their ranks. What's interesting to note about them is that they've got one gymnast, Kim So-hyun, who is there solely to vault. So that means that the remaining 4 will virtually do everything else. Lee Young-so is the only gymnast who will not vault for them, but she'll do all other 3 apparatus. The Spaniards, all 4 of their vaulters will be attempting 2 vaults, but only 1 will count for the team. Standard team rules. But if they want to qualify for the vault final, they must do 2 vaults of different families, different entries. I will keep you up to date on the all-around qualification standings and the apparatus standings as best I can. Suffice to say, Jade van Steenkist of Belgium is the top all-around qualifier so far with 51.35. We're going to begin with Austria and Katrin Palichka of the University of Vienna. It was founded in 1365. It's the oldest university in the German-speaking world. The 21-year-old, away she goes. That was a bold and really engaging start from Katrin Palichka. Very little international experience. She competed at the World Challenge Cup in Tel Aviv in 2023, but she competed in the German Bundesliga for the first time at the start of the month and loved it. Now we go to Lorena Medina, who was part of the team that won bronze 2 years ago at the Chengdu Games. She is studying communication at the Open University of Catalonia, an online university. And she has very much delivered that vault online, on track, and as it should have been. Full twisting Yurchenko, centrally located from Lorena Medina. At the time of the last game, she was studying advertising and public relations at the Autonomous University of Barcelona. And she is from Viladecans in that part of the world. Should get a strong execution score. One imagines it'll be around the 13 in total. We anticipate seeing some quite high difficulty vaulting from the Japanese team later on. So important that Spain have real clarity in their execution. We go to Shin Sol-Yi. The 21-year-old represents the Wonkwang Digital University. She's actually studying Taekwondo sports rehabilitation, the national sport of the Republic of Korea. We haven't seen her really since the Olympics, where she made her debut in Paris. Perfectly sound transition from low to high and back again, the latter with the Pak Salto. And then the Van Leuven. Vital to get right up to handstand. That's where so many issues can arise, but no issues with the straddle Jaeger somersault. And she is through without a great deal of incident in that opening uneven bars routine for the Republic of Korea. Only turned 21 a couple of weeks ago. For Katrin Palichka, the score is 11.2. It was 13 exactly for Lorena Medina, 8.8 for execution. To Laia Masferrer of the Universidad Complutense de Madrid, one of the most prestigious universities in the world and one of the oldest. Very good again, same vault. Exactly what we saw from Medina. She has a slight sense of drift as she comes off the table, but it looks as though she stays in bounds. This will be the truest indicator. Oh, it's quite close. The Universidad Complutense de Madrid was founded in 1293 in Alcalá before relocating to Madrid in 1836. 13.1, Shin Sol-Yi. Lee Yun-so, also of the Wonkwang Digital University. Most of the Republic of Korea squad attend that online institution, all bar Om Do-hyun. Lee Yun-so competed at her second Senior Olympic Games in Paris, having finished 5th on this apparatus at the Youth Olympic Games in Buenos Aires in 2018. She, unfortunately, is going to come off. And I'm sure that many of you watching know, but those who do not, it is a full mark that comes off the score when the gymnast unintentionally dismounts the apparatus early. So before her university studies, attended the very well regarded Seoul Physical Education High School, known for its stewardship of elite athletes. What an elegant dismount. I just remind you that if you put 4 gymnasts up on an apparatus, you will lose the lowest score, and that is going to be to the benefit of the Republic of Korea here, because they are putting 4 up. Not so for Austria and Switzerland. Raya Masferrer, 13.05, just a fraction tidier than her teammate Lorena Medina, but by 500ths, that's all. Let's go to Finland. This is Arda Hautala of the University of Oulu in the north of Finland, one of the largest universities in the country. Studies the mount. Again, has to take a bit of an adjustment step. No adjustment there, very stable wolf turns. She's doing exceptionally to keep this routine motoring. The flip side is that there are a lot of small-scale deductions building up on a move-by-move basis. Last 2 elements have been better. She concludes showing her experience, the 21-year-old. In December of 2023, after she competed at the World Championship, she admitted that she'd been struggling with a hip injury for a few years. It got a lot worse after those Antwerp World Championships, so she decided to have surgery and made her comeback in September of 2024. So that's important context to know that the whole of last year really was a write-off from a competitive point of view. So how impressive that she's got back to the level of being able to go to the European Championships a few months ago. 12 for Lee Yun-so. She was on course to be pretty much at the same level as Shin So-lee, who scored 13.1 had it not been for coming off An Young-jeon of the Wonkwang Digital University. 19-year-old. She has been an all-around silver medalist at national championship level. Very good height on the straddle Jaeger. Slightly wayward following that, but the whole thing has got a decent degree of smoothness and a nice double pike to finish that display. and Yeonjong. We have athletes from all sorts of academic institutions here. Some of the oldest and most, in inverted commas, traditional establishments in the world. We've got people who are studying digitally. We have people who attend campus-style institutions, those that are dotted around the city, vocational things, older classical subjects. It's a wonderful mixture, as it should be. Ada Halter, 12.25 on the beam. We'll go back to the vaulting table and to the Spaniards, the bronze medalists, albeit with a different composition, only 2 remaining from the last games. Irene Ros from the Universidad de Valencia. That's one of the oldest in Spain. It's the oldest in the Valencian community. For those of you interested in psychology, it was the place of study of Juan Luis Vives, the father of modern psychology. Oh, yes, lovely. Good full twisting. Yurchenko from Irene Ros. The last time she attended an overseas competition was in Germany in 2022, the DTB Pokal, an invitational cup, very popular event. She couldn't have been much more central. That was bang on the line. Feet either side of it, spot on. As I mentioned earlier, all of the 4 Spanish vaulters are doing a second vault, but that's just for their vault qualification. Selina Kickinger from the University of Vienna. She is studying to be a secondary school teacher. English and physical education is her desired focus. I would say personally that Selina Kickinger is one of the developing gymnasts in the world right now. Her season has been superb. The 23-year-old has been winning World Cup medals for the first time. And she's just recently won 4 gold medals at the National Championships, including the all-around and floor titles. Some powerful tumbling work, some confident performance. 12.45. 18 gymnasts will make it into the all-around final with a maximum 2 per country rule applied. It's a smaller all-around final than one sometimes gets, which is often 24 strong. 12.65. Han Yeonjong. Irene Ros, 13.1. So all of that, a positive start for Spain, very much so. I'll just remind you that number I said before, 12.55 average per routine will take you ahead of France, who were holding the gold medal position. Now vault can be somewhat misleading in that regard. It might be very telling here for the Japanese squad. Here they are, with a fiercely determined eye on that gold medal. And how utterly joyous to see the return of Miyata Shoko to the international stage. Germany, they will be on the beam. It's a big occasion for the Germans. No, forget that, it's a huge occasion for the Germans. They're in front of a home crowd. One of their ranks, Emma Malewski, has been a European Championship medalist on beam in her home country, in Munich 3 years ago. Elena Engelhardt of the Munich University of Applied Sciences. It's her home city, Munich. Good luck to her. This is a huge responsibility to start the Germans off on beam. It means she's trusted. Everyone has their own process coming into a competition. What would yours be if you were her right now? Would you want to know the size of the crowd that's watching you? Would you want to be aware of the atmosphere of these games? Would you take it all in? Would you use that to spur you on, or would you actually prefer to shut yourself away and think solely about the job? I'm not saying there's a right or wrong. It's all down to the individual. Whatever her approach, it's taken her to a very good start. How well done. This is a very inexperienced gymnast. New to the international scene, Elena Engelhardt. Well, she looked like she's been around for years and years. And she has domestically. She'll be a familiar face to people who follow the German league system. We're with the Swiss team and Anina Wildi of the University of Bern, who starts for them on floor. She's having a very successful time at the moment, Anina Wildi. She made the all-around final at the European Championships for the first time ever, her 6th European Championship competition. That was in Germany a couple of months ago. She's a very musical gymnast. She plays the piano exceptionally. She's a student of social sciences at the University of Bern. Anna Tumakin taught at the University of Bern, the first woman in Europe to be allowed to examine doctoral and professorial candidates, the first woman to sit on a university senate. She was a philosophy professor at the start of the 20th century. Elena Engelhardt picks up a 12.2 score on the beam. Nice start that for Germany. Let's go to, for many people, the favourites. The Shoko Kohane of Japan. Team silver medalist at the last Games and at the Asian Games in Hangzhou. She won the vault title at the All Japan Apparatus Championships in November. Very fine gymnast on this apparatus. Here we go. Yes, now then. That will help the Japanese cause no end. Because we haven't, to this point, seen any double twisting Yurchenko vaults. I think a 4.4 was the highest of any of the previous subdivisions. It will be a rather different story when that score comes in. 12.55 for Anina Wildi. We go to Martina Eisenegger of the Swiss Distance University. It offers undergraduate and postgraduate courses online. She won the all-around silver medal at the National Championships in Lausanne last month. Congratulations to her. Big accomplishment. She also won her second consecutive beam national title. Begun very nicely on the floor, the Swiss. The women's team, no doubt inspired by the success of their peers in the men's squad last night, who took bronze. She doesn't have a great deal of international experience. Shoko Kohane with a 13.75 score for the double twisting Yurchenko. Liao Yichun. She represents Kainan University in Chinese Taipei. She is 18. Kainan University was founded as a commercial and technical high school in 1917. It now has 10,000 students. done this to the swing, and amazingly she almost made that Jaeger. The setup for it was far from ideal, and to have got that close is quite extraordinary. Cracking effort, well done to her, but it was always going to be hard. Obviously determined not to take any sort of extra swing, a redundant swing, and lose a lot in her execution score. But she does end up losing a full mark nonetheless. Strong conclusion for Liao Yichun. She competed at the World Championships in Antwerp, made her debut. And that was after making her senior international debut at the Asian Championships in Singapore just before. Martina Eisenegger with an 11.9 on floor. 12.55 of Nina Wilde, the best score so far for the Swiss, who only have 3 gymnasts. Miata Shoko returns. And many, 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 on I go, fans worldwide will be thrilled. And that will be a thrilling start for the Japanese too. The double twisting Yurchenko from her. It's always such an important vault for the Japanese team and for her own prospects. She wants to get into the vault final. She actually withdrew from the all-around final in the last World University Games, but she is the reigning World University Games vault champion. 13.95. Some big scores here for Japan. They're giving themselves a massive cushion. Miata Shoko missed the Olympic Games after a violation of the team rules. She gave a huge and sincere apology. The Japan Gymnastics Association said in December of last year she would face no further punishment because her decision to withdraw from the Games was punishment enough. And in the spirit of the World University Games, where everybody deserves, especially when they're young, a chance for redemption and not to have issues in the past dwelled upon, we'll mention it once and we won't refer to it again because it would be vulgar to dwell upon something that she has been so sincere in her apology for. We're just thrilled that Miata Shoko is back. It's wonderful to see her again and to enjoy her work. Emma Malewski on the balance beam, the bronze medalist at the European Championships in Munich. She's somebody who's proven that she can handle a home crowd. In fact, she can get them in the palm of her hand. This is all going very tidily. We've seen her so little because of injuries and 2 surgeries over the last couple of years. Good hold. Great hold from Emma Malewski. She studies at the Chemnitz University of Technology. She didn't compete from June of last year to her first Bundesliga competition in April of 2025. So only a matter of months ago was her return made official. Now Yu-chun scores 11. 6.3 for execution. She is the youngest member of Team Chinese Taipei. A great crowd gathered in the Messe Essen Hall at number 3, enjoying all of the action from Rhein-Ruhr 2025, and we are delighted to have your company. I hope that you are enjoying yourself wherever in the world you're watching from. The Japanese team have made really a very strong start. The Finnish team have made a good start too. Emma Maletsky, 13.4. That is the top score on beam. Very strong likelihood of seeing her in that final. The previous top score was Xiang Lulu, the People's Republic of China. She's coming 500ths ahead of that. Ali Sawada of New Zealand still the third best. The atmosphere building at Rhein-Ruhr 2025, the World University Games and the women's team final in artistic gymnastics. The standings after rotation number 1, Japan with a very handsome advantage on the scoreboard, courtesy of some very high difficulty vaults. Spain in second place, the Republic of Korea third, and Germany fourth. All of the top 4 coming from this subdivision. What we are doing is showing you everyone's performances, rotation by rotation, as though every team were performing now. So those teams that performed in the previous subdivision and the one before, when we give you the standings at the end of each rotation, we'll imagine that they were all competing at the same time. And it gives you a more natural sense of the ebb and flow of this complicated day-long medal event. And it was the French who were the best of the first 2 subdivisions. But at the moment, as expected, we're seeing the big hitting scores come from this final subdivision. There is time for it all to change, though. The Japanese team certainly producing some very compelling scores on vault. I will tell you, by the way, that they have the top 2 qualifiers for the vault final as well. Miyata Shoko and Ushoku Kohane. Celeste Mordenti remains the third best and is looking like a good bet, frankly, for that vault final. All of the Spanish gymnasts who were trying to qualify for the vault final have come in shy of that. Their top performer, Lorena Medina, 11th. But the sort of numbers the Japanese were able to call upon difficulty-wise for the team on vault have given them a very good advantage. They now go to the uneven bars. They'll wait for Spain to do their work first. It was China who won the gold medal at the Chengdu Games 2 years ago. Chinese choosing not to enter a full team for this edition. They also didn't enter a team for the men's competition. Warm-ups are entering the final stages, and we'll go into the second rotation of this women's team final, the last subdivision. Tomorrow it's the all-around finals, the men's in the afternoon, the women's in the evening, and we will conclude our coverage with all of the apparatus finals on Saturday. This is the Spanish lineup on the uneven bars. That's in the order of their bib numbers rather than the working order. We go to a gymnast who started the team off on vault with really impressive quality. Used to this environment, Lorena Medina, her second World University Games. She was 5th in the all-around competition at the National Championships this year. She's been the Catalan champion as well. Ginger loses the form a little, but builds the swing back up. Height, Jaeger, high quality. Showing some good physical strength. Another really impressive start from Lorena Medina, the 22-year-old. Lots of international experience, and that shows. Tight piked position as well in that Jaeger. Easy to see from the side-on angle of the replay. Sara Laiho. She's a student at the Haaga-Helia University of Applied Sciences. As a junior gymnast, Sara Laiho won medals at the Nordic Championships. She is from the beautiful city of Helsinki, and she displayed some pretty stable tumbling. Lorena Medina picks up a 12.6 score on the uneven bars. The top score on the uneven bars, Kate McDonald, 14.35, the Australian. Zelina Kickinger, the gymnast from Innsbruck, but now based in Vienna. Reigning Austrian vault champion. And there was good amplitude in that full twisting Yurchenko. That looked in control. Stable landing as well. She's now twice in a row been an all-around finalist at the European Championship. She'll certainly be somebody aspiring to get into the all-around final here. Sara Laiho is rewarded with 12.05. We're now with the Republic of Korea on beam. Lee Yun-so, who started with 12 on the uneven bars, unfortunately came off. She will not be competing on all four apparatus. Shin Soli and Yeonjong and On Do-hyun are. And it's another tricky start. It's most unfortunate for Lee. Shows that it can happen to even gymnasts of her enormous experience. She did take a bit of time to think about life and to do other things like academic study after the Olympic Games. Came back at the National Championships in her first competition since Paris. Important context, because everyone's got their own trajectory, their own pathway. Concludes well. Moments of excellence, as one often gets with Lee Yun-so, because she is a very fine gymnast. Zelina Kickinger is off to a good start. 9 for that full twisting Yurchenko execution-wise, 30.2 in total. Spain and Laia Masferrer. She is an undergraduate in pharmacy at Complutense. This is the gymnast who ended last year by winning the uneven bars title at the Spanish League final. A nice straddle to start. And well administered hack salto too. The dinger, all is going well. And the double layout with a minimal landing adjustment, lots to enjoy about that. Especially if you're her, she looks delighted. Laia Masferrer. wasn't part of the European Championship squad this year, but made her debut in Rimini in Italy in 2024. She's just recently won the all-around title in this year's Spanish League final, by the way, so lots of domestic success. That's why she's getting this sort of chance. Arta Hautala from the University of Oulu in Finland won the silver medal on floor at the national championships just before coming to Germany for the European Championships a few months ago. Sense of that routine being congruent with the music. It works nicely, and it is very important on floor to have a clear relationship, because you can lose up to half a mark for a lack of connectivity of the music to the exercise. It seems like the choreography and the orchestration work hand in hand from a gymnast who is always very memorable. She nearly made it into the all-around final at the last World Championships. Ian So picking up a 10.5 score on the beam. First chance for us to see On Do-hyun. She was part of the World Championship squad in 2023, where the Republic of Korea qualified a team to the Olympic Games for the first time in the women's event in 36 years. A massive accomplishment. And she then went to the Games for the first time. But she also has had some problems on the apparatus. It means that the Republic of Korea will have to count a full mark deduction in one of their scores. And then produces that afterwards. She's the only gymnast in this squad at a different university, not at Wonkwang Digital University. She's at Jeju International University on the beautiful Jeju Island. Jeju Island is Korea's largest. It's in the far south. She's reading Sports and Leisure. Well, it is one of those days. She reacts with all of the philosophical behaviour of an athlete who's been to the Olympic Games and understands how you go from nowhere to somewhere very, very big. When you've been to that level, you have to learn how to take the rough with the smooth. And it was just one of those beam routines. The Hautala scoring 12.55. That's a few tenths higher than her score on beam. Laia Masferrer, 13.45. Spain are making a good case to contend for the podium. We go to Ainara Saltua. Saltua will only perform on the uneven bars. And she has won Spanish league competitions more than once this season. Uses the Stolda Shaposhnikova to transition and produces a Ginga somersault. We haven't seen many Stolda Shaposhnikovas today. We've seen plenty of straddle Jaegers, and that was one of the finer ones. And she dismounts with a quick build-up of power and purpose. Ainara Saltua. Really very much a bars specialist. She hasn't done anything else really since about April of last year, but she's given the Spaniards a great number, 13.55. That's the 6th best score on the uneven bars. Watching on, medalists from the team competition for men, supporting their fellow athletes, and youngsters loving the atmosphere. I think everyone loving the atmosphere. It really is a special event, the World University Games. Well, those were the Swiss fans who were absolutely overjoyed last night. I remember seeing them in the arena here. Ondo Hyun scores 10.5. And that's the same score as Lee Yun-so. And Yeon-jong with an important beam routine for Korea Republic. She holds her mount. She's competed at the Asian Games before. Massive multi-sport event. Saitomi. And the side aerial, very impressive. Posture was good early on in those wolf turns. And good alignment coming out of the free walkover. And Yeon-jong, that's what the country needed. After a couple of 10.5 scoring routines. tell you that Shin Sol-i also scored 12.3. Katrin Palichka, second performance from her. She started with 11.2 on floor. And that was a job done well. Perfectly competent vaulting, very central, really nice. Not enormous difficulty, but 8.85 execution, 12.45 in total. Score is impending for An Young-jong, the last for Republic of Korea on the beam, and it's 12.95. A very necessary score for them. That's also very important for her. It's the fourth best that we've seen on the apparatus. Sometimes you have those moments in life where you become aware that Kim Bui is standing next to you doing the YMCA, and that's what's just happened to me. And she's doing it very competently. I'm not even going to try. We move round to the second half of the second rotation. Lin Yichun of the National Taiwan Sport University, representing Chinese Taipei. Second time she's competed at the World University Games. She has been a medalist with the team at the Asian Championships. Was performed with good amplitude. And that was performed with good alignment. Maybe a very slightly tentative feel coming out of the free walkover, but all of this is quite marginal. She's somebody who's made some international finals on the beam and has found it hard to recreate what she did in qualification. Going from the untelevised stage to the televised stage has been quite tricky for her. And I was about to say, all of it has really come together here, and it's been a joy to see, and then so regrettably the hands go down on the dismount. It's all there, isn't it? The quality of her work is very nice. It's graceful. It's got poise. We will now see Ushioku Kohane of the Nippon Sports Science University on the uneven bars for Team Japan, leading the way after rotation number 1. Nippon Sports Science University was founded in 1893. The motto is rich and powerful lives, based on physical education. And it has produced around a dozen Olympic champions. I say produced, it's been a place of study for around a dozen Olympic champions. Of course, their journey began a lot earlier than their time at university. But people like the great Uchimura Kohe went there, and Tani Ryoko in judo. Nice positioning on the bail. There are some uneven bars routines in life that leave you on the edge of your seat, and there are others that just give you no cause for concern at all, and that was one of them. That was bizarrely calm. There didn't seem to be a spectator who thought anything other than a perfectly clean routine was going to happen there. And that's a great quality to have in a gymnast. Very useful in the team final. She'll take a rotation off now and come back for floor. .35, Lin Yichun. There's a lot of difficulty in the routine. Plenty of complicated skills. How wonderful it is to see a return to international competition for Tonje Paulsen. The name on the back of her leotard is Chunri An, which is the name under which she is internationally registered, but she still wishes to be known as Tonje Paulsen, which is how we all know her, the gymnast who used to represent Sweden. She was born and raised in Sweden, but would always go to Chinese Taipei for summer holidays. Her mother from the region. This is lovely. Oh, yes. Authority, clarity, quality. Welcome back to the international stage, Tonje Paulsen. She will be starting at the University of California, Berkeley in the autumn. She's been committed to study there for a while. A university near San Francisco, named after the Anglo-Irish philosopher George Berkeley. That was very elegant. I think the judgment of the coach there is that was probably better than okay. I bet there were lots of you watching at home right now who are just grinning ear to ear to see her back. She's been a real favourite of the gymnastics community for a long time. Yoshiko Kohane scores 13.15. Japan is functioning so far above the previous leading mark of the French. Alina Heinemann. Germany on floor. This is a gymnast at the Ostfalia University of Applied Sciences. She studies near her home in Lower Saxony. There's actually a campus in her hometown of Salzgitter.
Und dann schauen wir zum Boden für die zweite deutsche Übung.
Germany has a squad of 5, by the way, but one of their gymnasts, Nele Rieping, is not competing tonight. takes a moment, well, exactly, just to do that, to enjoy this, to look at the crowd and to take it in, because she's done excellently here. Alina Heinemann, 23, the oldest gymnast in the German team. Fukasawa Kokoro of the University of Tsukuba, 50 kilometers from the center of Tokyo. It's the place of study, or was the place of study, of Kato Sawao, who won 8 Olympic gold medals in this sport. She was part of the team that won silver in Chengdu. Very good beginning. Maloney has so much explosivity, and she uses the Bahadwaj, the first of those I'm pretty sure that we've actually seen in our televised coverage. Lovely, acute height yoga. That was very fine from Fukasawa Kokoro. This is a gymnast whose relationship with the uneven bars has been a complicated one. She had a tough time at the World Championships in Liverpool in 2022, and then she performed successfully in the team final the following year. She is so mentally strong. Lovely performance from Alina Heinemann, 11.9. Great that these experienced club gymnasts get a chance. Tonja Paulsen, 13.25. And let us stay with Germany on floor. We'll have a look at Ayu Ju of the University of Cologne. Very close to this settlement of Essen. She's a psychology student. Yes, please. Let's have more of that, thank you. That was great fun. Good performer on the apparatus. Ayu Ju is a supporter of Sport Pride, an organisation working for open sport where all people find a place and are valued equally. She posted a picture on social media 2 weeks before the championships that said her eyes carry the strength of countless struggles, but they glow with a love that never fades, as if joy was never lost. She's been very vocal about how her love for this sport has never wavered. 13.75, very impressive from Fukasawa Kokoro, high degree of difficulty. Japanese expected to be major contenders for apparatus honours. That's the 4th best score on the uneven bars. Anivu. She is a student at the University of Applied Sciences in Switzerland. And her vaulting is perfectly crisp and secure. Full twisting Yurchenko with good amplitude displayed. She also made the all-round final like Anina Vildi at the European Championships in Leipzig. 12.85 score. .6 Ayuju on floor. We are at the close of rotation number 2 at the halfway stage of this last subdivision, and we're about to enter the last hour or so of our coverage of the women's team final. And if you've been with us right the way through the day, extra congratulations to you. It's been wonderful having you with us for however long you've been able to be part of this long and exciting women's team competition that also doubles as qualification for all of the remaining medal events. Japan still with a very strong lead. They've got almost a 3-mark advantage over Spain. Canada in 3rd position. They competed earlier. The Swiss are 4th. It's a familiar feeling, isn't it? Canada and Switzerland occupying the top of the peloton. It's what happened in the men's event. Chinese Taipei next, then the Republic of Korea. We really did expect that Japan and Spain would be leading contenders. And Japan particularly are in so much control at the moment. They do have, by the way, the world champion on beam from 2021 to call upon. Now we're going to have Finland at the vaulting table. The uneven bars for Austria and Switzerland. The Republic of Korea, they will be plying their trade on floor. They've got some very nice routines on floor. Finland vaulting, as I said earlier, Spain on beam. Competition is going to continue. Maya Yasser. It's an unfortunate start. Spain do have 4 gymnasts on beam, so they will be able to lose a score. For Maya Yasser, we more think about her own all-around credentials because she was 5th in the all-around competition at the last World University Games. She is, by the way, a graduate of Business Administration and Law, originally from the University of the Balearic Islands. Good hold. Now she's a postgraduate at the Open University of Catalonia, same as Lorena Medina. She is such a brilliant team player. And she does dismount well. Doesn't have to be of great worry to the Spanish team. They've got an excellent set of beam routines upon which to draw, and this is the nature of team events. You help each other out. Sometimes your score is the one that gets discarded. Sometimes you help someone else discard their score. What goes around comes around. And Yeonjong will compete on floor for the Republic of Korea. Demonstrates a real reliability yet again. That's 3 extremely secure performances for the team from An Yeonjong. And when you consider that she is the least experienced on a major platform, it's lovely to see the, in inverted commas, junior member of the squad coming through and actually grabbing the opportunity. Reliable tumbling. Overall, good execution. Maya Yasser, 10.9. But a long way to go. To Sara Kokko of the University of Lapland. It's in Rovaniemi. It's the northernmost university in the European Union. Rovaniemi is a lovely place. The whole area around it is spectacular. Genuinely some of the most amazing landscape I've ever seen in my life. This is her second World University Games. Good vault. Handspring front pike, 3.8 degree of difficulty. She won the bronze medal on vault at the National Championships a couple of months ago. Has a little bit of leg bend as she's coming out of that pike position, but that's quite understandable moving into the landing. She will be vaulting twice, Sada Kokko, as we have a score for An Yeonjong of 12. Om Do-hyun of Jeju International University, representing Republic of Korea. She goes to floor, and she is the reigning national champion on this apparatus. Of the World University Games is for athletes to lead by example as members of their community, educationally as well as sports people. Om Do-hyun does that. She donates annually towards a development fund for gymnastics in her old elementary school and her old high school. She really takes her role seriously. Sada Kokko produces a 12.6 score, an 8.8 execution for that vault. First opportunity for us to see Alisa Mertz of the Johannes Kepler University, named after the great astronomer who wrote The Harmony of the World. Well, she's shown herself to be capable of great harmony on this apparatus. She won the silver medal at last year's national championships. Has had some issues early on here, but she's getting moving now. Didn't get up to the handstand position within that 10-degree tolerance, and that wildness of swing, regrettably, has forced her to come off and reset. Enormous congratulations to her, by the way, on a very special moment in her life. She's just recently released her debut single, Break the Ice. It's under the name Alari, which is a combination of her given names, Alyssa and Marie. It's about the struggles people have to achieve better relationships. What an exciting stage in her life to be moving into the musical world. Wrote the song herself at her piano. Recovered to dismount well. Om Do-hyun, we see a score of 11.95. The issues right at the end, resulting in a lower than expected execution score. Irene Ross of the University of Valencia. She is originally from Madrid. Lovely. really full of energy and control at the same time. She didn't perform on the bars, so has been waiting since her 13.1 on vault. Side Somi, great effort to hold it, but it just couldn't quite happen. And so the Spanish team now will have a fall counted in their balance beam collection of scores. It's now about what she can maximise, but she'd off a second time. Well, now the picture is looking a little more complicated for the Spaniards. I remind you they were in second place with a decent margin and 3 marks behind Japan coming into this rotation, but we'll wait to see what changes. She does conclude well, but the score will be a regrettably low one, as her reaction indicates she's fully aware of. Her university actually does teach some courses in the Valencian language as well as in Castilian Spanish. Half scored by Alisa Mertz. Lee So next to take to the floor for the Republic of Korea. Gymnast who has been an all-around finalist at the Olympic Games. Isn't it a lovely routine? One is transported to the streets of Buenos Aires. It's great choreographically. She does make it fun. It's a little frivolous, but it's also got a very classy touch choreographically. It does strike a very nice note because it makes you chuckle a little, but you also appreciate it genuinely as a cultural spectacle. And around all of the musicality, she tumbles well. .6. Now, I can tell you that is going to count for the Spaniards. No, correction to that is not. But my Yasser scored 10.5. She's got 10.9. So Yasser is in line to count. Ada Hautala of the University of Oulu. She will vault, and we will watch. And she'll vault well. Opts for the laid out Yurchenko. 3.6 degree of difficulty. Well, we misidentified the gymnast. That was Minea Antila who was vaulting, so apologies. Now we confirm Minea Antila, 12.05, and I can tell you that it's her second World University Games after she competed in Chengdu. Ian So, 12.4 on the floor. So the Germans getting underway on vault. Helena Engelhardt. We go to Miyata Shoko of Juntendo University. Started with that really impressive display on vault. And a lovely beginning, so much power. Side aerial. On the side Somi. Well, that was excellent. What a performance. I was worried she was going to run out of the building and just find herself charging through the different messes and halls. What an effort. That lovely moment where you can just see all of the adrenaline becoming unleashed. Miyata Shoko with a fabulous display. Gosh, that was hugely compelling. Now let's think about the best performances we've seen so far on beam. Emma Malewski is top on 13.4.
Engelhardt, 11.85.
Now we are over on floor. Sonia Paulson. It's going to be an exciting part of the University of California, Berkeley team. The gymnast who looked so strong on beam, Sonia Paulson, 13.25. Lovely work. Now she takes to the floor. Extremely memorable. Japanese team watching on. Japanese delegation. Expecting their own team to become hugely successful again, just as they were in the men's event. But this gymnast representing Chinese Taipei is enjoying a resurgence on the international scene. She was really not happy in the National Training Centre in Sweden, had the opportunity to represent her mother's place of birth, and so far it is a very positive experience, clearly. This is likely to be a very positive score. Yes, it is, 13.85, the best on beam. Miyata Shoko. From the University of Cologne, Ayuju. Second time at the World University Games, so much more local than in Chengdu. And her full twisting Yurchenko vault, well performed. She's utterly embracing this occasion. She was 11th, by the way, in the all-around competition at the last Games. Student of psychology, she evidently brings so much of her understanding of that world to how she approaches high performance and competitions. She's a very interesting individual. 12.7. intensity. Okamura Mana. This is the reigning Asian Games champion on the beam. She competed at the Olympic Games in Paris. How effortlessly she starts the routine. Was maybe a little on the tentative side in terms of how high the legs were raised, but it was very difficult. On the subject of things that were difficult, and that also very difficult. Some combination work, connecting skills. Oh, what stability. You could have put a spirit level across those wolf turns. Side somersault, again, full of authority. Even there, she could have come off, but made it seem as though it was never going to happen in a million years. Very nice from Okamura Mana. Well, it's more than very nice, it's brilliant, frankly. And it is Japan doing work on an apparatus that they have produced such impressive gymnastics on over the past several years. Tonya Paulson of Chinese Taipei, 12.8 score. One will be thinking about her from an all-around point of view. And we'll go to Annie Vu of Switzerland. Silver medalist at last year's national championships on the uneven bars. Good pack salto. And De Van Leeuwen. Strata yoga. That's a good double pike to finish. Excellent work from Annie Vu. Okamura Mana with an absolutely enormous score, 14.4. That is overwhelmingly the strongest number that we've seen produced on the apparatus. All of the top three on beam are Japan. Miyata Shoko will not feature because she's the third best. It could still change. Although that is unlikely to affect things now because Fukasawa Kokoro comes off on the mount. But the Japanese have already got the scores they need. I mean, that would have been bonus territory. Ashikawa Urara scored 14.05. That's what relegated Miyata to third position. She does avoid a hand going down. There was a sense of oscillation, but it was stabilised neatly. But this is what great teams do. They give each other breathing space. They give each other margin for error. She did that on the uneven bars. Now her teammates can help her out. And the vast majority of this, the issue with the mount aside, has been lovely. And her double pipe just full of amplitude. That's where she showed real control, when there was a sense of maybe the wolf turns becoming a little wayward. The Japanese are flying through the competition, positively flying through. It would be really insulting to them to suggest that there's at the moment a sense of drama as to whether they might win it or not. 13.05 is the score for Annie Vu. And we'll now go to her teammate, Martina Eisenegger. A competition much closer to home than her previous international outing, which was in Canada in March. Jaeger. And a very nice, elegant double tuck to conclude. That was absolutely full of control. Nice arch at the back in the pack salto too. So spatially aware as she performs that. Wonderful. 12.75. It's got a lot of furniture to take around with her. 11.8 Fukasawa Kokoro. Japan, oh, goodness me, look at that, the margin. They are exactly 10 points ahead of Spain. Then Canada, then Switzerland. France will finish above the Canadians, though. We know that from earlier on. So at the moment, the French are looking very good value to secure the bronze medal, with the Republic of Korea and Chinese Taipei chasing them. It may well be that France can hold on. It's all down to what the Swiss do. The Swiss will go to beam next. Well, we've got a great conclusion coming up. Thank you so much for your company. I hope you're enjoying the action from the Rhein-Ruhr 2025 World University Games. The all-around finals taking place tomorrow. We've got the Republic of Korea on vault. They will have some interest potentially in the all-around and apparatus finals. Austria on the beam. They will be hoping for likewise. Switzerland will follow them. They'll be hoping for a medal. A team competition medal. 2 team competition medals in 2 days. Finland, the uneven bars. Spain will perform on floor. I mentioned earlier that I was astonished at the general atmosphere in here to find that the great German gymnast Kim Bui was standing next to me doing the YMCA. Somebody messaged me on social media to say not to brag, but I've been near her while she did the Macarena. And I'm now very disappointed because clearly the Macarena outweighs YMCA as a choreographic choice. But I'm starting to wonder if this is a thing, if actually there's lots of you out there who've been around Kim Bui while she's doing various forms of dance in arenas. Let me know, maybe that's the case. Maybe I've missed out on a social media trend. I've missed out on most social media trends, to be fair. Laia Masferrer will perform for Spain on floor. Well, she has produced some good scores so far. Laia Masferrer representing Spain. Masferrer representing the Spanish team. The Spanish team in second place at the start of this last rotation. Did unfortunately go to ground on one of the tumbling passes at concession of a full mark. But at other times, she was secure, she was full of good technique. It was there just coming out of the twist position, not fully round. Bronze medalist from 2 years ago, having a very good campaign as a team though. Kim So-hyun, the 20-year-old gymnast who we haven't seen at any point in this competition until now, because she is here for the Republic of Korea as a vault specialist, and she is the reigning national champion. So, well, actually won the silver medal. She was the champion last year. And she starts with a very secure full twisting Yurchenko. That is her team contribution, but she will be going for a place in the vault final too. I'll try to update you on how that is going. Will pick up a very secure score. We go to Sado Kokko. And the uneven bars for the Finnish team. Loses the swing, unfortunately, coming out of the release move, and Some quite substantial deductions for the time it took to reset, but she's back there now. She's doing her very best and displaying enormous amounts of physical strength. She certainly has enormous amounts of physical strength, but regrettably the channeling of that into the right sort of kinetic energy wasn't quite there. Kokko, Finnish gymnast at her second consecutive World University Games. Layamas Ferrer with an 11.15 score on floor. So-hyun with a score of 12.85 at the vaulting table. This is Zelina Kickinger. Everything we've seen of her so far has been really successful. Let's see how she heads to beam. Well, that's a great hold, because she seemed to be 3/4 of the way off. Won the silver medal at the World Challenge Cup in Bulgaria on this apparatus. Very nice sequence, starting with the aerial. Good amplitude as well. This is yet another performance of great control for a gymnast who's been in great form. To the dismount, twisting really well, lovely from Zelina Kickinger. Oh, no wonder she looks as pleased as punch. It just brings joy to the heart when you see a gymnast who, in their early to mid-20s, is finding things starting to click, really starting to click. I mean, it's not even old for a gymnast anymore, not even close to it, 23. Those days are long gone. 10.05, Sara Kokpo. To Maya Yasser on floor for Spain. And she won the gold on floor at the Spanish League final very recently. broad shoulders. And that is a demonstration of the fact that it has it. Maya Yasser, very strong display and strong character too, because she produced 10.9 on the beam in the previous rotation. Did have an issue there, that was clear. Wasn't performed quite as intended. But the tumbling was largely performed exactly as intended. That's a gymnast looking full of joy. At the end of this, we'll have clarification on all of the apparatus and all-around qualifiers, and we're going to bring you the medal ceremony too to close out our coverage. John. That is where we are at the moment. France, the nation to beat based on the previous rotation. But we know that the margin that Japan have opened up is huge, and they're coming next. It's going to be very interesting to see how we go with the Swiss compared to the French. The Swiss on beam and the French, we know they finished on the uneven bars. And that, the vault of Annyeongjeong. We've seen some nicely performed layout Yurchenkos today. 12.65. Maya Yasser. Now we go to Lorena Medina. Part of the team that won a bronze medal in Chengdu and looking to be part of the team that gets them on the podium again. The French finished in such a strong way, by the way, on the uneven bars, that we have to consider the possibility that they might actually go even higher. We'll come back to that. the gymnast who was there 2 years ago in Chengdu when they won a bronze medal. That should send them beyond the French, because at the moment Spain are counting an 11.15 score. But they are unlikely to be after this. A brilliant high-stakes display from a gymnast who knows what it takes to get onto the podium at a FISU World University Games, who knows how to deliver for her team. And you could feel the trust in the Spanish gymnasts watching from the sidelines. They'll ask her at some point what she was feeling, the Spanish media. But if she was nervous, she didn't look it at all. An Yeonjong, 12.45. So as things stand, France are still in the lead, but we will wait to see what this Spanish score does to the standings. Digest and dissect the performance, they wait for a score. This hugely entertaining Spanish team. All eyes on Lorena Medina. Spain have gone beyond France. They're into the gold medal position. 12.55 from Lorena Medina. Well, it seemed inevitable with that performance, and they are indeed 1.1 marks ahead of France. That is a brilliant display on floor for the Spaniards. So we now know this: Spain, France and the Republic of Korea occupy the top 3 positions, but we are only midway through the final rotation. But Spain will be feeling extremely secure of a place on the podium. It's just that Japan's advantage is so enormous that there is every likelihood they will win it hugely comfortably. But what about everything else? We've got a lot to monitor, and we're going to do our best to give you clarity. We certainly have to keep our eyes on Switzerland, who will be on beam, and on Chinese Taipei. They will be on vault. So a lot will depend on the sort of difficulty that they're able to produce. Interesting final stages of this women's team competition. I hope you are as engrossed as we all are. In the arena, there is enormous discussion, there is lots of excitement. We go to Elena Engelhardt on the uneven bars, the last rotation for the German team. It's been an example of absolutely embracing an occasion. These German gymnasts have celebrated being in front of their home fans. They've given secure performances. And they've represented not just their country, but their academic institutions of study with real credit. Tanja Paulsen at the University of California, Berkeley. We saw her not so long ago produce 12.8 on floor, 13.25 on beam. And that was a comfortable full twist in Yurchenko. Is Rishoku Kohane starting for Japan on floor as the Japanese close in on gold to make it double gold for the men and the women at the World University Games. Even begin in trying to assess how it is that Japan have gone about tackling this team final and how they've opened up the sort of margin they have, a 10-point gap going into the final rotation. Every one of them has played their part superbly. Now, our focus obviously is on Japan and their quest for gold, but I want to throw a couple of interesting numbers at you and what it would take for Switzerland to pass the French, as Elena Engelhardt scores 10.5, and what it would take for Chinese Taipei to pass the French. Chinese Taipei need to be averaging about 13.1 plus a vault. That's 12.9 from Tanja Paulsen. That's by my calculations. And the Swiss need to be averaging about 12.65 plus on beam to go beyond the French. So watch here, Nina Wildi. The Swiss have already had a performance on beam that has been of great use to them from Martina Eisenegger of 13.15. So they are on course. And if the Swiss do manage to do this, if they manage to get onto the podium, they'll have done it with only 3 gymnasts and every single score counting. This is so cool, so composed. It's as though she is totally unaware of the occasion, of the scale. Fabulous. And Nina Wilde, Switzerland are poised to yet again stun at these games and pick up a team medal. But we're in for a very intriguing finish. .25 again, Ushioku Kohane proving her worth as the starting gymnast. That's where Japan is at the moment. Japan have one more routine that will actually count. It's going to be Miyata Shoko. Or one more routine, I should say, to have a full set of counting scores. They're already about a mark away from the lead. So, it is all but a formality. If Japan is to win gold, let it be her that leads them to it. Let it be her that gets her moment. The gymnast who is so loved by her teammates, who is so adored by the gymnastics world, Miyata Shoko, who is back from the wilderness, and she may well be better than ever. Now, by my calculation, she needs 1.66 for Japan to go into the lead. I think she may scrape it, just about. And Nina Wilde, 12.85. They remain on course. The Swiss remain on course. That is where they currently are, 14th place. However, this is a big performance coming up to get them higher up the standings. 11.8 would be good enough. That 11.8, well within the grasp of Annie Vu. Good hold. I should say, by the way, 11.8 would go ahead of the Republic of Korea, but they are only in 4th position, so it would be 11.95 to go ahead of France into the bronze medal position. That's the key number, 11.95. Well, almost there. Annie Vu at full mark has just come off the score. And now it becomes a waiting game. Needs to maximise everything that's left, which she has done with a great dismount. There's palpable tension in the air. I just remind you that Switzerland have extraordinarily got themselves into medal contention with only 3 gymnasts. They have not had anything like the margin of error that other teams have had. We've got teams with 4, we've got teams with 5. So even to be in this position, Annie Vu, Anina Wildi, Martina Eisenegger have excelled themselves. Easily into the gold medal position, Japan. 13.65 from Miyata Shoko. They are untouchable. They won't celebrate yet. They are actually poised to win this by effectively a routine. Okamura Mana. She represents Yokkaichi University. And she now really has no pressure on her. And she can just enjoy this, and we can, because Japan are going to win gold. with a bow being taken, because the entire Japanese team should take one. They are going to win this by about 12 marks. It's never been close. Now, the French have just discovered, earlier than we've discovered, that they have made it onto the podium. And I can tell you that it was 11.95 that the Swiss needed, and they got 11.35 for that to be routine. So regrettably, Switzerland have not made it onto the podium. France, extraordinarily from an earlier subdivision, Celia Serber, Alison Lapp, Maeva Guerry and Elise Letrange-Mouaki are bronze medalists at the World University Games, and Spain have gone one better than in Chengdu. They will win silver. It's so close though. The Republic of Korea will miss out by 0.15 on a medal. Silver medalists, Spain. From the moment that Lorena Medina produced that routine on floor, they will have completely relaxed and known they'd done it. Well, now on to the individual finals for Japan, and they will be huge contenders. The moment has come. There's no drama about it. Let's not try to pretend who might have won this. It's Japan with 163.85. They are the World University Games champions by over 12 marks. It's one of the greatest team performances we've ever witnessed in artistic gymnastics at a World University Games. And it is double team gold for Japan. And their great tradition of university-based training, once again, they come to these games that mean so much to them, proving that Japan is number one when you combine academic and sporting excellence in the world of artistic gymnastics. Tears in the stands. And they've just seen them. It's hugely special to the entire squad, but there's one gymnast in there whose tears are very clear for all to see because of what she has been through over the last little while. She will not want to take centre stage. That may happen tomorrow instead. What is so wonderful about that reaction from the Japanese, it's almost as though they didn't know they were going to win it. Japan are your champions in the women's team final, 163.85. Spain take a brilliant silver, 151.75. France, what a result for them, bronze. And they do it by 0.15 over the Republic of Korea. Special honourable mention to Switzerland because they produced a top 5 display with only 3 gymnasts with no margin for error. They must hold their heads high. It was a fantastic effort, a truly fantastic effort. It's time for Scenes of Celebration at Rhine-Ruhr 2025 and the medal ceremony for the women's team competition.
Team Final.
Sehr geehrte Damen und Herren, die Siegerehrung gerät Turnen Teamfinale der Frauen.
Please welcome the medalists.
Bitte begrüßen Sie die Medaillengewinnerinnen.
The medals will be presented by
Die Medaillen werden überreicht von Liu Jin, FISU Vice President, FISU Vizepräsidentin.
The gifts will be presented by
Die Präsente werden überreicht von Svea Thompson, Student Board Member of the General German University Sports Association, studentisches Vorstandsmitglied des Allgemeinen Deutschen Hochschulsportverbandes e.V.
third place and bronze medalists representing France.
Dritter Platz und Gewinnerinnen der Bronzemedaille Frankreich. Celia Serber. Alison Lapp. Weiber Guéry. Alizé Létrange.
Second place and silver medalists representing Spain.
Zweiter Platz und Gewinnerinnen der Silbermedaille Spanien. Laia Masferrer Fuste. Ainara Sautua Molina. Maya Yasser Sirera. Irene Ross. Lorena Medina Kovac.
First place, gold medalist and Rhine-Ruhr 2025 FISU World University Games champions representing Japan.
Erster Platz, Gewinnerinnen der Goldmedaille und der Rhein-Ruhr 2025 FISU World University Games, Japan! Oshioko Koane. Miyata Shoko. Okamura Mana. Fukasawa Kokoro. Ashikawa Urawa.
Ladies and gentlemen, the FISU Anthem.
Sehr geehrte Damen und Herren, die FISU-Hymne.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Rhein-Ruhr 2025 medalists.
Sehr geehrte Damen und Herren, Ihre Rhein-Ruhr 2025 Medaillengewinnerinnen.
And there they are, the medalists in the women's team competition in artistic gymnastics at the Rhein-Ruhr 2025 FISU World University Games. If that doesn't fill you full of joy, I don't know what will. Such a sense of team spirit. Each of the teams with their own particular story. Each individual with theirs too. The time for individuals will come. It will come tomorrow. The all-around finals to take place, and then the apparatus finals the day after. But let's let that be a thought for another day. Let's let today be the tale of team spirit. Of doing things for the group around you. To raise them up, to make them the strongest that they can be, knowing that they will do the same for you. These teams have supported each other, and their prize is a place in World University Games history.